What's up, guys, and welcome back to a special edition of How's It Going, where we're going to be talking all about homeowners associations. What's up, guys? Welcome back to How's It Going. As always, I'm Bill.
I'm Ross.
And we are here with Cheryl Bailey from Charleston Property Management Services.
Property Management Services, PMS.
Charleston
Can't forget
PMS. HOAs are a lot better than that, though, so we'll get into that. As always, we're going to talk about what's going on in Charleston right now. This week we do have Restaurant Week, Beer Week, and Water Week.
All those
lots of stuff going on. Are you doing anything for Restaurant Week or Beer Week or Water Week?
Yes, water. I'm taking the dog to the dog parks, county parks, end of season, and then also, of course, Restaurant Week.
Yes.
Just haven't picked out which ones yet. So.
Plenty of food in Charleston.
Yes. I actually visited one last week called Parcel 32. I've never been. It's on King Street. It used to be known by Fish, I think, and they renovated it and changed it, but it's a really fancy restaurant. And they're actually one of the few that take reservations still. You know, a lot of times you just go and wait, but that one's a neat one. I'm probably going to check it out too. Yeah.
I'll have to check that out. Another fun thing that's going on for Beer Week is tomorrow, the 11th, is Chicken Shit Bingo at Bay Street Beer Garden. If you've never seen Chicken Shit Bingo, have you ever been?
Nope.
Can't say that I have.
They have a chicken in a pen with a grid with numbers, and you buy a number, and the chicken walks around.
It's a live chicken?
It's a live chicken, and if the chicken shits on your number, you win.
Ooh.
I know, and it gets really rowdy.
Mature audiences only.
Yes. We'll put a disclaimer before this episode.
That is terrible. I feel like PETA would be all over that.
They're not hurting the animal.
I know, but
they
just
poop naturally.
Okay.
What can they do?
I know.
That's birds.
That's a lot of pellets.
They might have multiple chickens.
What's the buy-in there?
I don't know.
I don't know. We'll see.
And we also have Yappy Hour. Is that what you're taking your dog to at the county park?
No, it's
booze
actually
and dogs.
Well, they go together perfectly.
And live music.
Yep. But you can take them to the water park.
Yes.
Oh.
But then you have to put them in your car wet.
Right. But then, do you actually go in the water knowing that
True.
there's 500 other dogs in there? Do you wear plastic baggies all the way up? So.
Kids go in the water is pretty much the same thing.
Oh, yeah.
So.
That's actually at 4 p.m. to sunset is when that Yappy Hour is as well.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
And so you can get in with regular park entrance is what they said.
And then for comedy fans, Bill Burr is going to be downtown at the Gilliard Center. I saw him a few years back in Charlotte. He's very funny. If you have a chance, go see him.
Nice.
Couple holidays.
Yes.
Couple holidays today is what, Ross?
National Hot Dog Day. I feel like everyone just loves a hot dog. It's American. You can grill it. Don't boil your hot dogs, people. Only grill them. But Jack's Cosmic Dogs, that's an awesome place to go in Mount Pleasant for National Hot Dog Day.
Blue cheese coleslaw.
Yes.
What's your favorite hot dog topping?
Coleslaw, jalapenos, and ketchup and mustard.
Wow. I like anything with cheese. So any kind of queso or whatever.
Yeah, pretty much. I like just mustard.
That's
and coleslaw.
And remember, he called me basic a few weeks ago.
Not relish, though, but
no?
like a pickle spear, like a Chicago dog.
Yeah.
Like pickle spear and hot peppers.
All right, a few more things.
Also, this week, on a more serious note, Friday is National Stand Up to Cancer Day. It's touched a lot of us. I personally have lost a father and a father-in-law to cancer. So stand up to cancer, fight. And then something else fun. Now we have kind of why we're here. Sunday is National Neighborhoods Day. So that's your expertise.
Yes.
With the neighborhoods. So
and
if
it's
you love your neighborhood.
Being a good neighbor, too.
Yeah. Get together with your neighbors. Eat some hot dogs left over from today and enjoy. But that does bring us to our topic today and why Cheryl is here. We're talking all about HOAs and homeowners associations. It is such a hot topic. You either love them, you hate them, but most people just don't understand them.
That's correct.
So tell us a little bit about when you got into it, how long you've been doing it, and why.
Well, I was property management for Key West, Seabrook, and the major rental companies for vacations for 16, 17 years out here.
You're not that old.
And
They
then
let you work when you're 12?
Okay.
nice. So then I been actually an HOA regime manager for about 8 years now.
Okay.
And I've been with PMS for about 2.5 years. So,
A fun little side note, she does manage my neighborhood, and that's how we know each other.
Yep.
And we only get guests on here that we like
Yeah,
and we
that's
trust.
right. Yeah.
So we're going to have a new guest very shortly.
but Barbary Wood, or
Yeah, Barbary Woods,
Yeah.
Johns Island, word up.
yep.
So what's your favorite part about it?
I actually love seeing, maybe I go into a neighborhood and I just take it over, and it's maybe not like up to par as some neighborhoods of an HOA, because you have these rules. Then going in and transforming it and getting all the neighbors to curb appeal. Curb appeal is
Yes.
huge for HOAs. It keeps your property values up,
That's true.
the resales, and just gives you pride
Mm-hmm.
in your neighborhood. So I do love HOAs. I make sure that they do follow the rules. We also pay their bills, their electric bill, their landscaping bills, everything like that, so they don't have to take care of that. Make sure the common areas are good.
Mm-hmm. And there are a lot of legal issues as well that we aren't versed in, but you are.
Mm-hmm.
So another big thing is, what do we need a lawyer to do? What do we not? What can we do?
Yeah.
And what can't we do? What can we find and can't we find for?
Yeah.
So
That's on your master deed or your governing documents. Everybody's different. Every neighborhood's
Yep.
different. Every regime is different. But the majority is for legal. You always should have a legal counsel, because if you have a delinquent homeowner, you'll have to send them to the attorney. Sometimes you want to change your rules and regulations, but when you read your master deed, it kind of takes expert legal opinion, because we all can read it differently. And so they'll tell us this is what it means. And then if you're going to change anything, you're going to do an amendment or a resolution, it does have to be filed by the attorney. New rule this year, as of January, if you have rules and regulations or resolutions, anything that you have done over the past years, they have to now be registered with the state, with your governing documents. So that's something that...
yeah,
Yeah.
very
Yeah.
important.
What is something that you wish maybe people knew about HOAs that they don't normally, or like a misconception? Do you run into something like that?
99, the majority, they don't read the
Okay.
government documents. And then you'll send them a letter for maybe parking in the middle of the lawn, and then be like, you can't tell me that. And I said, well, you live in an HOA, there's
Right.
rules. I don't live in an HOA. Do you pay a yearly fee? Well, yeah, that's for landscaping. Well,
okay.
So...
It is.
Yes, it is.
Partly,
Part of it does
yes.
go towards that. They're not wrong.
Right.
They're just not fully right.
Right.
Okay.
And with these closings now, no offense, sometimes if they're out of state, they're not given their master deed.
Okay.
They haven't done their research. So it is up to the homeowners to make sure they read everything.
Yes.
Gotcha.
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah, that's a good
So we
point.
did have one question. We had a couple questions, but one kind of encompasses it all from my buddy Mike. Mike Houston, what's up? His question was, where does my money go? Now this is a loaded question.
Show me the money.
Because, as you said, every HOA is different and it's ran different.
Yep.
So, in general,
Okay.
a small breakdown of one of your neighborhoods on...
Okay. So you have...
Phone's
It's
ringing.
okay.
Sorry.
That's okay. Hey, roll,
It's a busy
roll
day.
with the punches.
Yeah.
Roll with the
All right,
punches. Hopefully
so-
no neighborhoods are burning down right now. And
Because we have
we're
her for
good.
a few more minutes.
So it all depends if do you have a neighborhood or do you have condos. Condos obviously are always going to be more expensive, and you'll have mostly monthly regimes. For a neighborhood, so this is also varies. How many houses do you have? How much common area do you have? So you're going to have to pay for do your yearly taxes. Then you always have to put money aside for an attorney. Then you have your monthly or weekly landscaping, your electricity, your water, irrigation. Then you have, sometimes they'll do social events. And what else do you guys have?
You.
Just
We pay
maintenance.
you.
Oh, yeah, the management company.
The
They
Yes.
don't work for free, people.
Your mailings, your billing.
So it's a small business
Yes.
that's being ran, and it needs an income
Yep.
to run.
Right.
But it also needs a backup in case things stop working.
Your reserve account.
Yes.
Right, which is very, very important.
Right.
Usually you want at least 3 months in your reserve account, or to cover if you have monuments and some, or entrance signs. Are your mailboxes the HOAs or the homeowners? Or do you have custom signs? So all this you have to take account. Some people can insure it, so if something does happen, then you have to pay the deductible.
Right,
So
which
then-
comes out of the reserve.
Yep.
Right. And then, when you do buy a house, if you see that there's a capital contribution, you're like, why am I paying to move into this house? Well, you're buying a house, you're paying. But a lot of that goes into...
The capital conservation is excellent for any community. What happens is at the closing, and they're all different. It could be 2 months, it could be 1 month of the assessment, but it goes straight into your reserve account. That is a great way to build your reserve account.
Gotcha.
And sometimes it also can keep your raising of the dues. Sometimes.
Sometimes.
Yeah.
And on that note too, when you're buying a house, you kind of have the option of, as real estate agents, we can place that the burden of payment on the seller or the buyer.
You can try.
So yeah, I mean, I'm not saying it's a guarantee, but you can ask.
Right.
If you're moving into a neighborhood, you can ask that the seller pays your contributions. May or may not happen, but that's an option that you
And
have.
that would be part of your closing costs
Yep.
on that. Now, the board members.
Yes.
So
Very hardworking board members.
very hardworking.
Very.
It's so hard, people.
I know.
She does all the work. That's why we pay her.
That's right. Remember, they're volunteers.
We are volunteers, yes. Which brings me to my point of, if you have an issue with your HOA, speak up.
Yes.
If you have a problem, chances are someone else has a problem that's not speaking up. And chances are it may be something that's overlooked that can easily be fixed. Go to your meetings,
Yep.
first and foremost, and you have a say in everything. You live in the neighborhood, you have a voice, and if you're still not happy, volunteer.
That's right.
Volunteer for the board, make the changes, make the neighborhood better for everyone.
Yep.
If we can all live in peace, it makes everything even more wonderful. But it
It does.
also helps with property values. That's the big thing, I think, for me with an HOA, is I know that my neighbor is going to take care of his house. So when I go to
Yes.
sell mine, I don't have to worry about an eyesore next to me.
Right.
And you go in and it's clean, it's pristine. Kids riding their bikes in the street.
That's right.
No cars on blocks in the
Yep.
front yard. And
Yeah. And that's
it's
why.
desirable.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
and you can't put a price on desirable.
Correct.
No.
No, that is very true, because being next to some property like that can tank you.
And that's why I don't live next to you.
Yeah, that's right.
Yep.
There's
Yeah,
other.
she agreed.
There's
Like-
other reasons. Back up, Cheryl. Back up. There's other reasons I don't let him live next to me. But
And you can't be upset if you get a violation.
Yeah.
It's just you may have overlooked it or anything,
Right.
but
And communication is big on that too. If
exactly.
you have a property manager like Cheryl, if you got a violation, say, hey, this happened, I'll get to it this weekend. Probably going to drop the fine if you get to it.
Yep.
Now, if it's 3 months later,
Yeah, or
and you're like,
recurring.
oh, something happened, I'm going to get to it, probably not going to get dropped.
No.
But just like
It might
everything,
escalate.
it's that communication that's important because life happens.
Right.
yeah, for sure.
And you don't know if a family member got sick or there was a death or a birth or something and the people just weren't there.
Yep.
It's things are easy to get overlooked.
Mhm.
So, yeah. So I think that was a lot of great information from you. Hopefully we've turned the tides on some people that hated HOAs
I think
that
they're like
now,
evil organizations.
that now understand
No.
what goes
Love
into
them.
them.
Yes.
That's right.
And your money's not being thrown away.
Correct.
It's going back into the neighborhood.
Yeah.
Yes.
And because your neighborhood is business, and you want the best business out there, you don't want your business to go under.
Too much
And then-
competition.
Right. Especially with all the new construction going on, if you have a more well-established neighborhood, you're fighting against new construction on your prices, and there's nothing wrong with those neighborhoods yet. So you need to keep
Right.
your
Yeah,
neighborhood
keep it pristine.
up to par or above those.
Yep.
So awesome. Well, I think this
Good
was a great
advice.
chat.
Yeah. Thanks for
For you.
chatting.
Thanks for joining
Yeah.
us.
Thanks for being on the
And-
show.
Yeah. Well, everyone, thanks for watching. Again, I'm Bill,
Ross.
and this is Cheryl,
Cheryl.
with CharlestonPMS.com.
Property management.
Property
service.
Management Service.
Yes.
Um,
CharlestonPMS.com.
If you have any other questions for us or her, please hit us up on Facebook, give us a call, shoot us a text, or an email. Have a great day.
All right, see ya.
Bye.
Bye.